Hey, this is Joe Castiglione, and you're listening to Not Another Sox Podcast. Can you believe it?
Yankees suck! Yankees suck!
Buenos noches, amigos, and welcome to another episode of Not Another Sox Podcast. I am Jack Webster, here with our producer, Ian Doran, coming at you live from Providence, Rhode Island. Fellas, it was a great baseball season. Shame that, it came and went like that, but it's over.
Thank you, Red Sox Nation.
Yep, no, best fans in baseball. I mean, we couldn't have done it another great year without you guys here. But according to everybody online, the baseball season is only 3 games. And you know what? We played them, and unfortunately, we pooped our pants.
I couldn't agree with you more on that one. Pooped our pants. 162 is off the table.
Yeah, I don't even know what we're gonna do with the other 159. Just throw it out the door, flush it down the toilet.
Yeah, I don't want it. I don't want it anymore. What a rough.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Okay. No. We're gonna get NDA. We're gonna get NDA.
You're right. You're
Yeah.
right. That's my bad. That's
Yeah,
my bad.
I
What a disappointing opening season, dude. Or opening season. Correct. Opening series to the season. What are your immediate thoughts?
My immediate thoughts is we're 3 games in, and 2 very frustrating games, and another one that was frustrating throughout there too. But in the grand scope of things, you could see this throughout any 3-game sample throughout the season.
Right.
Like, we're all excited. Baseball's back. Some people online might, trick you into thinking that they just hate it, but it's just nice being back in the rhythm of things. It's nice, watching games that matter, and we did obviously have that with the WBC and everything.
Yep.
And
well, they didn't matter to Aaron Judge. Those games mattered to everyone except Aaron Judge, I would argue.
yeah, pretty much.
And Bryce Harper until the end there. Bless you, by the way.
Thank you.
And Bryce Harper until the end. But you know what? Bryce Harper came in when it mattered, and Aaron Judge can only hit American pitchers because he is Benedict Arnold.
Better late than never. But anyways, we're talking about the Red Sox here.
Yes.
And, the season doesn't start till we get home to Fenway.
Of
People
course.
are always saying this, and like me right now.
They do. Yes.
So the Red Sox love opening up the season on the road. They do it every year. The last time we did it was 23, and that season did not even exist. So we have not opened up at Fenway since 2001.
Has it really been that long?
It feels that way, but I'm just going to go ahead and say that because it feels true. John Henry wants those summer games with a packed Fenway house versus, the Blue Jays versus Red Sox at Fenway when it's like 45 degrees out and everything. So one day we will open up the season at home and it will actually matter for the first series or 2 of the season. Another year where the Red Sox love doing this, where like they start off on the road like a 6 or a 9-game road stand.
6-9. That's a funny number too.
Oh man, yeah. They go like 3-6, and then everything actually starts when they hit home at Fenway. So
yeah.
I have seen this play 1,000 times before. This is the same exact script as last year to begin the season. When,
oh no! I hope we don't trade the third baseman.
Yeah, John Henry was in the building today, so who knows what might happen whenever he's around.
Yeah. Why do you think he was there today? Any theories? Anything off the cuff?
It is weird because you don't even see him at Fenway. So usually there has to be a reason he's traveling around, or otherwise he's just going to stay in Boston. So that made me raise an eyebrow of like, hey, what's going on here? Yeah.
Do you think it's a firing talk or an extension talk?
I mean, at this point of the year, I don't think anybody's getting fired, which would be very funny after
oh my
3
God.
games.
Caleb
of the season.
Durbin 0 for 12 fired.
Yeah,
he's off the team.
Alex Cora, sorry, you're out of here.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So,
fans would rightfully bust a nut if he was fired this fast.
So that leads it to say, like, maybe there's an extension coming. I don't know who it would be for.
Willier. I would think if he is
Please,
there, he's
yeah.
trying to extend Willier. We were aware that there might have been some preliminary talks last year with extending Willier. I'm trying to think who else on the team might be extension ready. Maybe Meyer as a possibility. Maybe Duran, but I think they're shopping him. I
don't think they would extend Duran at this point either.
Yeah.
You know, could be one of the pitchers, could be Connolly Early. You know, he looks good.
It could
today.
be, yeah.
That's on the table, you know, but none of the moves really seem like they would be ones where you need like the team owner there. Like, you know, I feel like Craig could handle a Willier extension, or you know, maybe they're extending Greg Weissart. So they're like
after this weekend, absolutely,
the $400 million contract. You know, this is Italy's theme closer. So, you know, John Henry, famous Italiano, you know, needs him on his club forever. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Jonathan O. Henry McHenry C. Famous Italian man. I don't know why he was there. My guess would be an extension talk, but also exciting.
Maybe
opening
he just
series.
wants to watch. Maybe he forgot he likes baseball, and he was just like, "Oh wait, shit, yeah, I own a team."
Oh my god, this rocks! Actually, that's my team.
Yeah.
Oh, this is awesome.
Not after this weekend. I think he's like, "Oh yeah, shit, that's why."
Fuck, back to my soccer team.
Yeah.
How's football going? That's how I would feel if I was John Henry watching my team this weekend.
Yeah.
That's how I feel as not John Henry watching the team this weekend.
Yeah, I wish you were John Henry. Because then
I also
give me
wish I was John Henry
right now. Give me $1 million.
Give me $1 million. I as John Henry, don't even give my players $1 million.
This is true sometimes. Yeah.
It is, yeah. I understand you have a bit of a liquid surprise for us here tonight.
Yeah. So this is from our new spot.
Oh, God.
God,
I wish. Sam Adams, if you're out there.
If you are watching Sam Adams, you know, feel free to give us money. Or not even money. More of these delicious beers.
What delicious beers are we looking at, Jack?
Yeah. So, you know, it was a long day at work today. I wanted some beers, and you know, everybody's seen them going around with the 4-packs of the Sam Adams. You got the Derek White White Lager. You got the Big Z Pilsner. You got the Julian Edelbrew Lager, and then you know we have our sweet pig here, Garrett Crochet's Pale Ale. So, in honor of the baseball season, you know, and, you know, enjoying baseball and beers and everything, I think we needed to test these out live on the air. So, I've had some of the other ones, but I've been waiting for the Crochet Pale Ale. So, will you join me?
I would be honored. You brought it up for me?
Yeah,
I thought you were just going to drink all three of these beers. Well, I'm honored.
Let's get the nice, like, crisp,
1, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah.
man.
Oh, yeah.
Baseball season.
Not another ASMR podcast.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a good sound. You want to clink and drink?
Yeah, clink
and drink.
Ooh, that's rich.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, no, that's good. It's, you know, I'm not too picky when it comes to beer. I'm not a big, like, IPA guy, and I'm not a big
you sound like such a douchebag
sour guy
right
either, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I like me just a good old fashioned, not even gonna name any competitors here, but piss beer. But you know what? This is good. It has a lot of flavor. The design on the cans too is cool too. They got like the barley and the baseball bat, and you know, these are things that I like. And he just looks very handsome in this. So
He does, yeah. Good flavor. Has a nice like citrusy flavor to it, which I don't get in too many IPAs. Very easy to drink. I mean, I'm gonna crush a ton of these at Fenway this year.
Oh, absolutely. And you know they must have them there because they have the Sam Adams deck and everything. So, please, we are not even getting money from this. We just wanted to do this.
We just
for the
wanted
love
to
of the
drink
game.
a beer.
Yeah, we just wanted to drink a beer. I will keep you updated on the Julian Edelbrew because this is not the one that I've had yet, but all of them are very good. So, yeah, free ads here.
Imagine they created a Garrett Crochet beer and then didn't serve it at Fenway Park.
That would seem very
Stupid.
Aramac. Yeah.
Yeah, classic. Yeah, aren't they? Are they still getting sued? No, it was a picket line.
Yeah, they were what's that word? Not protesting.
You got it. It's right there. Striking.
Striking.
That's what they were doing.
Striking.
They were striking naked across the field. We got a little commentary from Zoidberger and Christian Chat, two of our biggest fans. Jack famously hates sour IPAs.
Yeah, they're not good.
They're not good?
Not good.
Oh, and according to Zoidberger, Sam Adams is in the chat. Hi, Sam.
Nice, Sam.
It's us from drinking the beer a few moments ago.
It's us from Beer O'Clock.
I do like me a good beer.
Yeah,
so
it is Beer O'Clock.
I mean, a lot to talk about in opening series, opening week, opening day. I almost don't know where to start, but I would say the Reds are a much scarier team than I gave them credit for. Sal Stewart looked phenomenal. Ellie De La Cruz he's an MVP candidate. A tricky one, but a good one nonetheless.
Yeah, if he wasn't hurt last year, I think he would have been there.
And I think, you're competing against Ohtani, right? Because that's a National League team.
Yep.
So,
yep.
It's hard to
for
beat
runner-up.
anyone.
Yeah.
But Ohtani. But Eugenio Suarez, too, did a lot of damage this week. Brady Singer performed well. Andrew Abbott performed well. And, you got Tito Francona on the other side of the aisle over there. So this Reds team was scarier than you gave him credit for. You shouldn't have dropped 2 of the 3 to them, but this is a competitive ball club.
Yeah, no, this is a team that did make the playoffs last year. People forget that.
Yeah.
And when the series started, you figured this would be a good time to face the Reds because they have Hunter Green out. Nick Lodolo ended up going on the IL, and they had to bump up Brady Singer to that second game of the season. And then obviously Andrew Abbott was a guy that had a great 2025 and, deserved that opening day spot with everything. But you're like, okay, this isn't, the 3-headed monster of having Chase Burns and Hunter Green, kind of like I was mentioning, and everything else where every person coming at you is giving you a different arm angle and, throwing 99. So you had your guys out there too. You had Garrett Crochet shoving it on opening day.
Yeah.
You had Sonny Gray, the big pickup, which I'm sure we'll get to as well.
Yep.
And then you did have the kid in the Connolly early today, too. So, you feel really good about your pitching going in there, too. But it did not obviously end up going our way with this series. And we were our own worst enemy at times. It definitely felt like, watching this, a lot of the 2025 team. You're like, oh, okay. Yep, we kind of picked up where we left off, and not a complimentary way.
No.
So a lot to digest. Like we were saying at the very beginning of the episode, it's a random 3-game set. This could happen at any time of year to any team. It's not worth analyzing to the nth degree and making any decisions until a few weeks into the season even. So it will be interesting to see, how things go, especially with the big series against the Astros coming up. But there is some things that you hope improve for sure.
You do. And fair reminder, right? The White Sox technically win games. The Rockies win games. The Reds are a much better ball club than either of them, but it could happen to anyone. The Rockies still technically win games in the year of our Lord 2026. So looking at that first game, Andrew Abbott gave 6 innings to the Reds and allowed no earned runs. There was an earned run off the guy immediately following him, Pierce Johnson, who the Red Sox have had his number multiple times. He was coming out for the Braves at one point last year. Red Sox shelled him. Rockies too. Red Sox shelled him. So, Pierce Johnson gave the Red Sox the lead. Andrew Abbott still performed well. Garrett Crochet, 6 innings, 8 strikeouts. He's picking right up where he was last year. So,
oh man, I can't believe his 7 ERA in spring training didn't end up mattering once opening day came around.
Yeah, people forget.
I can't believe that he would have actually turned up once it actually matters versus trying to just work on things.
Yeah, it doesn't translate. It doesn't translate. Everyone shut up. Yeah. You listening right now? Shut up. I love you. I'm sorry. Game 2 was a very, very different story.
There are some things I wanted to touch on from game one still.
You know what? You're right. Let's start there.
I don't want to just brush it off too much since we did have 7 hits against Abbott.
We did. Yep.
It felt like...
All right, game 2.
Yeah, and game 2.
All right.
Yeah. And, runners in scoring position numbers can be very tricky and, fickle and random at the end of the day, really. Like, I don't think, necessarily just because the numbers haven't been great the last few years with runners in scoring position, that is like correlation versus causation, essentially. So that was annoying, and I hope that, we do have a bit less strikeouts this year with the lineup that's currently constructed, and we're able to kind of manufacture runs a little bit more. So I'd like to see a little bit more of that. But I do think, the bats aren't going to be too much of an issue, even though we didn't score like too much in the first few games.
Yep.
But we did see in that 9th inning, and I'm sure we'll talk a lot about this in game 2 as well. But in the 9th inning, Roman Anthony, with the full count and 2 outs, challenged a pitch and ended up going for a walk. And then we scored 2 runs after that. So last year, that inning's over.
Yep.
Last year, it's a 1-0 game headed into the bottom of the 9th. And obviously, with that back end of the bullpen with Justin Slayton and Garrett Whitlock and Aroldis Chapman,
Lights out.
you draw. That's exactly how you draw it up. You have Garrett Crochet go 6, and then you hand the ball off to like those 3 guys if they're available.
Yeah.
And you're going to win 99 out of 100 times if you follow that recipe. Unfortunately, you can't do that every game.
Right.
But that's exactly how you drew it up, and I think going to be the way that we win a lot of games this year too.
It's like SpongeBob opening the All Reliable box to his favorite jellyfishing net. You open up All Reliable, and you have Slayton, Whitlock, and Chapman at the end of that. You're right. That is how you draw it up in the boardroom.
Exactly, and we'll get to Slayton in game 2 as well. But that was really my initial thoughts from opening day. Obviously, Cincinnati does opening day great. We had some friends at the game.
Yes.
They had a great time. Apparently, Cincinnati's a great city, despite being in Ohio.
Yeah, well, Cincinnati's a great city. All right.
Looks like a nice ballpark. They always get opening day, and they do it right. So that was very cool to see the Red Sox open up the season there, even, and, handing them an L, too, which was also fun on opening day. I love winning on opening day. Like, getting that first one in the books. Same thing happened last year where, we won the first game of the season and then lost the next 2.
Got clocked for 4.
And exactly. So these things happen. I think the script writers are getting a little lazy if it's all the same shit. Oh, Yankees sweeping a mediocre team. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's just how it goes. That's opening week, opening weekend. Cincinnati is up. Cincinnati or Boston, Cincinnati's the right place to do it. We say it every year, right? Save Boston games for later in the year because it's going to be real fucking cold in Boston for another month. You were there last year on the 3rd coldest Red Sox game on record at what, like 35 degrees? That's freezing. But this... I still like what this team looks like and look like in their opening series. A few things I'd tweak, but if this is your baseline, I think you have a lot of reason to still believe in this team.
Oh, yeah.
I think what you said about the ABS system is a wonderful segue into game 2.
Yeah. We got... I hope we take this as a learning experience to not waste both of our challenges by the 3rd inning, because we sure did need them later on in that game at several points, and it sure did help the Reds that they kept on being able to challenge. So, let's get into that.
So, very uncharacteristic start from Sonny Gray. I think the most confusing start I've seen from him in maybe his entire major league career.
Oh, except for when he was with the Yankees, but yeah.
Well, shocker. Yeah. Oh, no, Yankees ruin a pitcher.
No.
Shocker. Very uncharacteristic start from Sonny Gray. He looked a little... I mean, he got it back, right? He still gave you, 5 and 3 runs? So.
Yeah, I think 3 earned, 1 unearned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's
It was
still
not the
kept
prettiest
you there.
start by any means.
No.
at all. Yeah.
A pretty ugly start,
Yeah.
I would say. Not great from him, but obviously the real challenge for any pitcher or hitter in that game was whatever blind pig they put behind home plate. CB Buckner.
Yeah, and of course it was him. Like this is now that like
Is he
Joe
always
West
that bad?
Yeah, he always has been that bad. And now that like Joe West and Angel Hernandez is gone, this is easily the worst, most embarrassing umpire in baseball. And it's not only that he's getting calls wrong, he's such an asshole about it. Like he's throwing guys out, he's being nonchalant, and you know what? Like, how are you not embarrassed by this if like you're an umpires union or even if you're CB Buckner, like you are getting humiliated by how awful you are at your job, and now you can see it real time. It's not even just like you have the scorecard the next day, you have it immediately when you have Eugenio Suarez tapping his helmet twice in a row on called strike 3s and then ended up working a walk just because he's so bad at his job. So it was both ways, even like, as much as I hate the guy and he's awful at his job, kind of like I was saying before, when you don't have the opportunity to take advantage of this system, just because you took some close ones earlier on, you are your own worst enemy. And hopefully, there's a little bit more of a game plan, about how we use the challenge system. And, I'm sure a lot of teams are still kind of navigating everything, but that was definitely the wrong place and wrong time.
It was sad that it came at the hands of Roman Anthony to burn that second challenge. I mean,
Learning experience. Though, yeah.
Exactly. And it was a strike, but you know what? That's not the worst pitch to challenge.
You got to be sure. If you're challenging in the third, you gotta be sure.
Yeah, especially your second challenge in the third.
Exactly, yes. And it's gotta be like a full count. It's gotta be with runners on. Like, you gotta actually use this in high leverage, like, moments. Even, that high leverage moment could come early in the game, sure. But when it happened, I was even like, ooh. And it ended up biting us in the ass.
For many reasons.
And I'm not blaming Roman. I'm not blaming whatever the first call was.
You could never.
Either. Yeah.
It was Carlos Narvaez.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure it was Narvaez.
Another guy you trust with an ABS call, right?
So absolutely, yeah.
It just happens.
Learning experience, you're not going to hang your head on it. And, it should still be a reasonably called game from an umpire without like having to use ABS all the time. So I'm hoping that, maybe one day they adjust things with the challenge system. Maybe you get a third one. Maybe, you get
a third one if CB Buckner specifically.
Yeah, you get a third one if it's CB Buckner behind the plate. Yeah.
Who is the other guy that gave Bueller such a hard time? I think it was like Mike Easterberg or something.
Esterberg.
Mike Esterberg, yeah. But yeah, CB Buckner called a shit game, had 6 calls overturned. Probably would have been more if the Red Sox could have retained their challenges a bit earlier. And then that umpire scorecard came out. I saw it. All I could think of was this is woke liberal media bullshit, because it was like plus 1.1 runs in favor of the Boston Red Sox. I promise you, it wasn't. We did not get to overturn 6 shit calls. The Reds absolutely did, and ended up costing us the game. Though, some very competitive work done in Game 2.
Yeah.
Before we get away from CB Buckner, actually, I want to reference the media training that this team has gotten, because Trevor Story could have torn Buckner apart in the post-game interview for that swing call where Buckner was just like, nope, you went. And you watch the video and it's like he's not even close to going.
And you didn't even ask for any help.
You didn't appeal. Yeah. And I guess Story talked to him, and Buckner was like, no, I'm making the decision. And what was said, we'll never know, because Story's a good dude.
And I think that's CB Buckner being a salty little bitch about having all of the calls overturned.
Yeah.
He just wanted to feel like a big, powerful man. And, you buy a ticket to watch the umpires.
Yeah. On opening day in Cincinnati.
Yeah. Hey, game number 2. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it was a number 2. That's for sure.
So it became a total ump show.
It did. And I love Alex Cora ejections because he doesn't really get ejected much. But he went out there and he was like, Buckner, I don't know what you think you're fucking doing here. I don't know why you're throwing my guy out like that. Yeah. And Buckner was like, all right, go home. So we all hate CB Buckner because he is bad at his job. And I don't think even his union can protect him.
No, they'll still protect him, but...
Yeah. But very strong performances in game 2. We had Wilyer Abreu go yard. At this rate, he's going to hit 20 home runs by game 30. We had Yoshida with the shortest workday ever.
Must be nice. Yeah.
Incredible. And we had Chapman come in back-to-back days, day 1 for the save and day 2 for the hold. So didn't end up going home with game 2, but a lot of good work done in game 2.
Yeah, no, you saw the resilience of the team at least. And apart from Greg, who I'm sure we'll talk about in game 3 as well, the bullpen looked really good. Cock and Balls went out there and pitched 2/3 of an inning. Ryan Watson, making his MLB debut, looked a little shaky. I mean, hey, he went 2 1/3 scoreless, no hits. 3 walks though, a lot of full counts in there, so it felt like, kind of walking a tightrope. But for your MLB debut, let's also put the caveat on that. He was a guy that we talked about, last week and the last few weeks about potentially not breaking camp and being returned back to whatever organization that he came from. And it did make a lot of sense that they wanted to keep him around. So if he's even able to go multiple innings out of the bullpen and kind of keep other arms fresh, and we were using him as a low leverage guy, and we were trailing until the 9th, and then we had to go back to the well of our back end bullpen.
Go back to the cow that is Greg Weissert with all our buckets trying to milk him again. But
but yeah, you had Chapman, Whitlock, scoreless, especially with Whitlock with the ghost runner on, and then I saw some people be pissy about Slayton, but it was the ghost runner that scored. It's not like he had he gave up 1 hit and 1 walk. That's just gonna happen. And it was more of the Red Sox fault for not scoring any of those runs in the 10th or the 11th. Runners in scoring position.
I was
going to
say a problem with runners in scoring position. Where have I seen this one before?
I know. So that was where you really lost the game more than the Sonny Gray start or the error that you made that was an unearned run. It was not being able to cash in with those opportunities, maybe play a little small ball even. There's still some strikeouts in there, not being able to advance any runners. So you hope you see a little bit more out of that, since that's something that really costed the Red Sox a lot last year, was 1-run games. And now you just
losing
lost
by 1 run in extras.
And now you just lost another 2 back-to-back 1-run games.
God. Where have I seen this one before?
Yeah.
Do you have faith in the team to heat up before we go to break? Do you have faith in the team to heat up?
Of course I do. Yeah, I mean, this is a good team. We saw a lot of strengths with the pitching this weekend, too. The Reds are, even no joke on offense or anything. So still have a lot of faith in this team. There is no reason to actually set any panic buttons yet, obviously. There really isn't until
I don't know. Twitter's telling me to panic.
Yeah.
Everyone on Twitter said you better panic.
I know, right? Everybody says Caleb Durbin, DFA.
Yeah, panic.
Which I'm sure we'll get to too, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely. There's a ton to talk about after the break. We're going to be introducing a new segment, a little extra mustard. Should be a lot of fun there. Like, comment, subscribe, of course. Thank you to the Believe Network, everyone that came out. We have a really exciting season ahead of us. After the break, we'll talk a bit about Game 3, which a lot to talk about there. Talking about Caleb Durbin, Connolly early, talking about Wilyer Abreu again. All kinds of stuff to go into. So any guesses as to what we might expect from our commercial today?
Sam Adams.
But we just did the same.
I know, but they're gonna do it again. Now it's gonna be like the curtains dropping, and then Sam comes out. And
Hi, I'm Sam Adams.
Hi, I'm Sam, and I'm Adams,
and we're Sam Adams. Yeah.
Anyways, to Sam Adams.
All right. All right, back from the commercial. Definitely better be Sam Adams.
Yeah.
If it's not, we get sued and then we get guillotined in the town square.
I know. So when we first started with Believe and everything, they gave us some options to like not do certain ads. Obviously, we didn't want any sports gambling ones. And I forgot to ask, but I wanted to ask, like, can you put more beer ones in? Because we love beer.
You know what? Maybe I'll reach out to our contact at the back office there. Can you exclusively fill our podcast with beer commercials?
I don't know, because and then I won't have fun guessing what it is.
Oh,
I
fuck,
just want
you're right.
more. I just want more.
Every week. All right,
Yeah.
Jack, what's the commercial? Beer! All right, let's go
Actually,
to
you know what?
beer.
This is a great idea. You know what? Scratch what I just said 20 seconds ago. Like, let's have it all be beer, and you know what? We'll celebrate beer every commercial break.
All right, company meeting, live
And you know,
here
if,
on the pod.
and if you're driving,
Stop,
yeah,
pull over, and finish your beer.
yeah, and finish your beer, throw it out the window into the ocean.
Yeah. Yeah, ignore the red and blue lights behind you.
Yeah.
Just chuck the entire thing right into the water.
Yeah.
Try and hit a fish if you can.
Yeah.
But company meeting live on the air. You really think we should do more beer commercials?
Beer.
Name a beer.
Sam Adams.
Oh, that's a good beer. Welcome back from our definitely Sam Adams commercial and nothing else. And if it's anything else, I'm calling the police. Again, thank you, the Believe Network, for having us. We're really happy to be part of the network. We want to introduce a new segment tonight called A Little Extra Mustard. We wanted to use that as an opportunity to recognize what players performed really well. A specific moment that stood out to you where a guy put a little extra mustard on it. So...
A little extra mustard.
Oh, do we have a soundbite for that?
We do. We have a
Wow.
soundbite for
Wow.
it. Yeah, I made it myself, actually.
Wow, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
I can't wait to listen to it. 'cause,
I hope it's good. I hope you listen to it and you're like, wow, Ian did a really good job. So a little extra mustard. Was there a play or a performance or something throughout this series where a player stood out to you as having given it a little extra mustard?
I'm gonna let you have the easy one.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go with one that is maybe the second one, because the first one is obvious. So I'm gonna go my little extra mustard to Marcelo Meyer.
Okay.
Yes. So he looked very good on both sides of the ball. He made some nice defensive plays at second base, a position that he's not super beautiful with. It was like, twisting and tagging the runner at second base. And then he also came off the bench twice and had a bunch of pinch hits, had some doubles in there, gave us the little thrust.
Yeah, the new celebration.
Which we should talk about as well. But he impressed me here, and for somebody that had to go into camp and earn that job, he certainly did. I hope he gets some opportunities to face lefties, moving forward here. And I understand the platoon role for right now, but he impressed me, and I'm giving him a little spicy brown mustard on that hot dog.
Yeah, and the reason we're doing the little extra mustard segment, and Christy and I talked a bit about it earlier as well, so shout out to Christy. But how do you eat your hot dog?
Oh, of course. Mustard.
Mustard only.
Sometimes I like to put onions
Yeah,
on,
and you can throw a little chili on there. You can
Yeah.
throw onion. You can throw all kinds of stuff. But at baseline, your hot dog should have mustard only.
Yeah, no disrespect to Clark's Ketchup in Section 10, but get that shit away from my hot dog.
Get that
Grow up.
shit away
Yeah.
from me. Also, we have our buddy Ben in the chat saying, honestly, best sound effect in podcasting. So
I'm excited to hear this
I-
now,
I
because
think
I have
you're
no
gonna
idea
like
what's
it.
going on.
Yeah. I love that you went with Marcelo Meyer. I thought he performed really well, and I thought his plays at second base, I mean, some of them real standouts. Definitely a little extra mustard on those. But I'm not going to give you the easy one. So you're welcome to say who your easy one would
Will
have been.
Abreu.
Yeah. Who's going to have 20 home runs by tomorrow, the way he's playing.
Get a brief pause before we do yours.
Yep.
The 20 home run thing was stupid.
It was. Computers
it was
aren't
always
real.
stupid. It was always stupid. I think there is a real 30 home run narrative, and I do think Willier gets there. But 20 home runs, we'll have multiple players do that. I think the real conversation should have always been 30 home runs, and I do think Wilyer gets there.
I think I mean, he's on pace to. It's been 3 games, and he's a tenth of the way there. So I believe in Wilyer. But my pick this week for a guy who gave it a little extra mustard is actually Ryan Watson.
Okay.
And I'm going to go Ryan Watson because MLB debut, but came out at the pen. He gave you 51 pitches.
I didn't realize it was that many.
Yes,
yeah.
he gave you 2.1 innings, 51 pitches, 27 strikes, no runs. Like, Ryan Watson coming into this, I didn't expect him to be a long man out of the pen. I mean, we know that's Oviedo, and clearly they're saving him to back up Suarez if they need to, Bayo if they need to. I thought they were saving him to back up early, but early,
didn't need it.
Yeah, he figured it out. But I'm going to go Ryan Watson's performance this week as a little extra mustard for 50 pitches, 2 innings, no runs. He gave you a long man's performance, and I think that's something to recognize.
Yeah, no, I love that pick. I think, obviously this is the first time we're doing this segment, and I kind of agree with the nature of how we both handled it. It's not like just Wilyer Abreu or Garrett Crochet. Like, it's not the MVP. It's the guy that gave you a little extra on everything. So I think that is more of the spirit of this, of like notable performance, right?
Exactly. Or like Chapman is a good example, right? If he gave you 103 on strike 3 when he's usually sitting at 99, 100, that's a little extra mustard. So really excited to be able to bring this segment through the 2026 season. I think we're going to have at least, knock on wood, one person to recognize every week for a little extra mustard.
I definitely will see 1 or 2 weeks where nobody gets any mustard.
Yeah.
We're shout out to our friend KB. There will be some condiment lists, hot dogs on there. Yeah.
This hot dog is bare because the team blew it.
Yeah. This
Fuckers.
hot dog is raw.
Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. This has been
A little extra mustard.
So, I think very important, now that we've talked about some of the guys that gave you a little extra push in important places this week, you can't talk about that without talking about Connolly Early in his major league debut.
Well, not his major league debut.
Well, sorry, his regular season debut, because he made his postseason debut.
He did.
Did he come out of the pen last year?
No, he had a few starts last season. Yeah,
Connolly
Early had at least 3 or 4 starts last year.
I think he only had the one in the postseason, didn't he?
You are wrong.
Fuck.
Because I remember listening to his MLB debut in Sacramento on the radio, coming back from a Blink-182 concert. So
wow,
he did make a few major league starts. But
are you calling me a liar and an idiot?
Yes, I am absolutely doing that all the time.
All right. Well, talk about Connolly Early as if he is good at pitching.
Yes. So he's still Rookie of the Year eligible, which I think is very interesting.
Sure.
And we talked about it last week, him deserving breaking camp. He's one of your best 5 starting pitchers right now.
Sure is.
I think that's very fair to say. And he showed that he belongs in the major leagues. So this was kind of a test run between him, and we'll see Oviedo out of the bullpen, given that Ranger's going to be a little bit limited on the pitch count. But he showed up, good team as you saw the last few days, and he really, showed a lot of poise out there. There was a few times where maybe the leadoff runner got on and he was able to just roll a double play ball. There wasn't a lot of walks. There was a good amount of strikeouts. He was able to get up to the mid to high 90s in his pitch count too. So it wasn't just like a limited type of thing. So he is a major league starter. There's no doubt about that. He belongs here. I hope he makes 30 plus starts this year. And hopefully that's because other guys are still healthy and he just deserves it. But I have been very impressed by him. I think he's already a solid number 3 or number 4 type of guy that you can depend on. We obviously trusted him in the playoffs, but I'm excited to see more of him, and I think he'll keep, getting that opportunity as long as he keeps throwing the ball well.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. And also, you were right. He did have 4 starts for the Red Sox last year.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Sorry, you were right and I was wrong. I don't have anything to give you, but no, I'm giving you something in spirit for being right and me being wrong. But yeah, Connolly early played really, really well. What was his final stat line? I know it was 5 innings. Was it?
It was
8
either 5
strikeouts?
1/3 or 5 2/3 of scoreless ball. I do remember Alex Score coming out and being like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. You don't want to have to like overdo it. He did end up giving up a run, but it wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 5 1/3, 5 hits, 2 walks,
6 Ks.
6 Ks, yeah. So, yeah, getting a lot of whiffs. He had 2 wild pitches, too, which didn't help things either.
No.
And then, yeah, my Greg narrative is not looking very good right now.
It's not.
That
The king
stock
of the hanging
that
slider.
stock I bought last week is, dipping.
King of the hanging slider, Greg Weissert.
Yeah.
Oh, that hurt. How does it feel knowing that you bought the Italy jersey now?
He was great for the WBC.
Okay.
So, the
right. You know
Italy
what?
Greg
Sure.
is great. Italy Greg was perfect. And, that was ugly the last few days, giving up home runs. He gave up, just a random one while we're already trailing the other day, which, ended up biting us. That run still would have made a difference at the end of the day.
Yep.
And then, today you have Suarez 0-2. You throw a fastball right down the middle, and he crushes it.
Yep.
And that just can't happen. This is a guy with a lot of swing and miss in his game. This is a guy where, Red Sox fans told me all offseason we can't get him because he strikes out too much. I heard this nonstop. Despite the 49 home runs that he hit last year, this guy is useless because he strikes out so much. And then you're throwing him an 0-2 fastball right down the fucking dick. And he crushes it.
Yeah, you made a
Red Sox
mistake.
fans told me this guy fucking sucks all offseason. I wanted him, and he signs a 1-year, $15 million deal, and he fucking kills us this series.
And that's the scary thing with any guy who hits 49 home runs, right? You could even make the argument for Kyle Schwarber, Aaron Judge. Like, these guys, sure, you know how to strike him out, but they are incredible at catching mistakes.
Yeah.
So if you have an 0-2 count against Suarez and you throw him something at the penis, he's going to catch that mistake and he's going to crush it. Same with Kyle Schwarber, Aaron Judge. They're going to catch 50 to 60 mistakes a year. And that's exactly what you gave Suarez. He sent it out of the park. And Suarez, as we know, is a guy who's come up pretty well in clutch situations. So it was a recipe for failure.
Yeah, no, that completely unexcusable. It's not even like, kind of the Greg failures that we've seen over the last 2 years where he's been used 15 times in 30 days, where there's just a lot of fatigue and the command goes away. Like, you don't have that excuse right now.
No.
This guy's fresh. I mean, he was in the WBC pitching some notable innings, but, clearly on Thursday in the 7th inning, Alex Cora showed you that they trust Justin Slayton more in the 7th inning. And that told me a lot about, the pecking order of the bullpen. And, apart from that 7th, 8th, 9th, there's a lot of question marks there right now. And, I was hoping Greg might be that type of firefighter type, and he still very well could be.
Yeah,
Let's
there's
not
time.
overreact to 2 bad innings from a reliever at the same time. But, he's going to have to earn it, and, that's not something that you're going to do when you're giving up home runs, especially, it's not like one of those things where, it's just good hitter, bad, like good pitch, good hitter, gets it out of there. It was it was a bad pitch. It was just a
was
horrible
bad.
pitch. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I call him king of the hanging slider because when he makes a mistake, it's a slider right down the fucking middle. It starts outside, turns right into where a barrel is going to catch it. I think Weissert still has a dude in him. I think what I value most about Weissert on this team is he gives me a lot of Millar vibes. Like he gives you a lot of glue, a lot of humor, a lot of things that like bring this team chemistry together. And he is a good pitcher. When he's not making mistakes like that, he is a good pitcher. But I think you love Greg for what he does for that clubhouse. And then hopefully you start loving a bit more for his pitching performances. Those are my views on Greg, but shout out to Ryan Watson, as our friend Zach is saying in the chat here. Watson had a huge out against Eugenio with the bases juiced too after 2 challenge strikes.
That's right. Yep, he did.
So I think you give Watson credit there. He worked hard to not make those mistakes, like a fastball or a slider down the middle to Suarez. So you got to watch out for that. You can't let that happen.
Yeah.
But other than that, what other parts of Game 3 stood out to you in particular? Was there anything that you were like, oh man, how could they do that?
So this was not as much a just Game 3 type of thing, but I love how horny this team is. This team is horny, and I love the new celebration.
The pump?
The pump, yeah. So I can tell who is cultured and who is not based on if you get the reference of the pumps. Do you get it?
You know what? Why don't you tell me as if I'm one of our listeners?
Okay, so this is very millennial coded, but for you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it here, and I haven't even shown off the fit check since we got the full '90s. We got the Wade Boggs,
the Wade Boggs
Devil Rays.
I
Yeah.
love
We got the
Devil
'90s
Rays.
cup shirt here, but they do a little.
Yeah,
And if you're listening,
that was a
I
little
did
pump.
not only just a little hip thrust.
Little hip thrust,
It's
okay.
the hands.
Hands behind the
it's-
head.
It's the hands behind the head.
Uh-huh.
So people might be familiar with the horror producer Jordan Peele and
Yes.
his former show Key & Peele.
Yes.
Yeah.
And to help with diction and grammar there, horror. If you heard horror, get the dicks out of your ears. Horror producer Jordan Peele.
Yes,
Correct.
yeah.
Yes.
But anyways, they had this famous skit where it's not overly showboating in the NFL if you only do 2 pumps.
Yes.
So you saw Willier at second base do the little finger wag saying, no, like you're safe here. So I love the reference. It's just horny enough. And I want to see how it evolves throughout the year.
I do too. And if you haven't watched that Key & Peele skit, go look it up, Key & Peele football celebration. But I know exactly what you're talking about. And then at the end of that skit, right, he does the third pump, and they draw pump 1, pump 2, and then a long pump 3,
Yes.
like a dick. This team has had enjoyable celebrations all of the last few years. I even like the River Monster to a degree. I like the camera. I like the plane landing after the
The plane
famous
landing was
plane
very fun
flight.
and organic. Yeah.
This team has great celebrations. So I think the pump celebration is exactly what women/I need out of this team celebrations.
And I'm glad Marcelo was the first one to do it.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was perfect because he's very handsome.
Yes.
He's got the flow, the great body. And, to see it out of this, not technically rookie, but like young kid first, as opposed to like, let's say it was Wilson Contreras. Like,
Right, a new guy, brand new guy.
brand new guy, like MLB veteran, or like let's say Trevor Story. Like let's say Trevor Story was the
Sure.
first one that had
I was
to,
gonna
like,
say Aroldis Chapman,
Yeah.
but sure.
well, it has to be a hitter. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I mean, that's why it'd be weird if Aroldis Chapman
Yeah,
did it.
it'd be very weird if it was Aroldis Chapman.
All right, so
but yeah.
Trevor Story
Yeah.
does a little pump. Do you
Yeah.
think that's weird because he's old?
A little bit, yeah. He definitely is just like, you know, the unk got invited to the barbecue and now they're just like still like hanging out with all the, oh, how do you do, fellow youths? Yeah.
Fellow youth. The fire trucks are going by.
Yeah.
It's because. Oh,
Yeah, let's get the air horn in here. Yeah, let's go. Gong.
gong. Hit the dodgeball button.
I can hear PD in the, yeah.
in the background doing a little howling.
Yeah, dodgeball, 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 dodgeball,
Yeah.
dodgeball, dodgeball, dodgeball.
Anyway, back from putting out the fire, I think.
Yeah, the
right?
fire is gone. We solved it.
Yeah, now that we did all the soundboard bits, yeah, it would be weird if 200-year-old Unk Trevor Story was doing pumps, but he will.
Oh, I
He
can't wait
will.
to see that pump. Yeah.
He will. Total dude, too. Trevor Story, a little old, total dude.
Yeah,
Absolute
yeah.
dude. Yeah, it just doesn't leave you. Once you're a dude, you're always a dude, and Trevor Story will always be a dude. Someone's probably getting fucking arrested out there, man. Don't you think?
Yeah, where's the fire? Am I right?
Where's the leak, ma'am?
Yeah.
Few.
Don't they know we're podcasting?
Yeah, guys, keep it down, fuckers. Lot of interesting views from this early series, and a lot to talk about this coming season. I am so excited for it. The first one I want to say, because the second one is more surprising. First one, I want more Car Shield commercials. Give me more Marcelo Meyer Car Shield commercials. Only
forgetting-
only give me more of only one half of the Car Shield commercials.
I was gonna say, what are you getting at, sir?
Yes.
Yeah.
Only the good one, and not the not good one.
Yeah.
Didn't you send him a cameo once?
Yeah, I sent him $5 to basically told him the wrong person died.
Wrong kid, Dad.
Wrong kid dad. Can we
Marcelo-
get that added to the soundboard?
You want me to add wrong kid died
I
to the
feel
sound-
like we could find some use out of that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm specifically asking.
Every
for it now.
time Wilyer Abreu hits a home run, you're gonna play that sound bit?
Dad.
What the fuck is wrong with you, man? That's
I'm gonna play that 30 times this year.
oh good. Sorry. So yes, only the Marcelo Meyer half of the Car Shield commercials they can keep playing.
Acting.
He's what I would call a very handsome actor.
Yes.
That's
What does that make you?
also a handsome actor,
Wow.
right? You think I'm a handsome actor?
Yeah.
Say it. Say, Ian, you're a handsome actor.
You're both handsome and an actor.
No. Say, Ian, you're a handsome actor.
Ian, you're a handsome actor.
Thank you.
Aw,
Aw,
man.
babe. Wow, this is going to be a great episode for everyone who loves romantic comedies,
Aw,
which is,
yeah.
that's us, by the way.
51st opening days.
Oh my God. Groundhog Day, opening day. I mean, Red
Yeah.
Sox have won 2 opening days in a row. So, you know what? Sure, you can groundhog that opening day all you want. A second surprising thing that came out of this series. Connor Wong has an extra base hit.
Wow. Yeah.
Connor Wong has more hits than Isaiah Kiner-Falefa
This is true. Wow.
and Caleb Durbin.
Oh, yeah. I guess we should talk a little bit.
It is
Yeah.
unfortunate, but with our last few minutes, we got to talk about Caleb Durbin. I want to tell you, I am not worried in the fucking slightest, but why don't you tell us a bit about Caleb Durbin?
Yeah, I mean, obviously this was not the most flashy upgrade at third, especially when you're comparing him to Alex Bregman of last year and everything. But Jesus Christ, like, can we at least hold off until the calendar hits April to start complaining about this? Oh my God, some of the takes and just everything today. Apparently, everybody's a huge Kyle Harrison and David Hamilton fan. I forgot how notably everybody loved those guys last year, and we're super excited about them, right? So you would think, they would have been happy that those guys were traded for somebody else. So are my expectations for Caleb Durbin through the roof? Do I think he's going to be an all-star, 20-plus home run, Gold Glover? No, not even. He's a solid player, though. It was ugly this week. There's no denying that 0 for 12, the 5 strikeouts, very bad, especially the one today where he was up 3-0 in a count and ended up striking out on a ball in the dirt. Bad. No doubt bad.
Yeah.
And let's also not forget Rafael Devers started the season 0 for 22.
Gonna say exactly
17 strikeouts or some shit like that. So, and people forgot all about that when we traded him, and all of a sudden he's a perennial silver slugger. So, not worried about him yet. I think anybody that has a really hot take about it right now, it must be your first year watching baseball.
Yeah, first time.
Yeah, literally first. Is this your first year watching baseball? Because this shit happens literally every year to somebody. So
yeah,
it's so expected, and it's so expected when you see everybody calling Sonny Gray, Walker Buehler, and Corey Kluber. Settle down.
Right. Sonny Gray still gave you better innings than Corey Kluber.
We have 159 more of these games left. Maybe let's not wait till
it's over.
Yeah.
Nope, it's fucking over.
We're less
Throw
than,
in the towel.
Yeah.
It's over.
We're less than 2.5% through the way of the season, and apparently guys are just already fucking bums or washes.
Yeah, just so everyone knows, Rafael Devers did end the year last year with 35 total home runs and an on-base percentage of .372. So I would say
we could use a guy like that.
Yeah, you know what? Why don't we trade for him?
Oh man,
well, I'll give you Jordan Hicks from the White Sox.
Yeah,
thank fucking God. The goal with Caleb Durbin was defensive upgrade in a league average bat. 0 for 12. I mean, if we're looking at the law of averages, then in theory, we should expect 12
for 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next one would be 12 for 12, and that give you 12 for 24, right? I don't think 500 is league average, but you get the idea, right? When you see dips like this, you can expect a resurgence out of guys like Caleb Durbin. And shout out to our friend Brian, pulled out a tweet earlier. Someone had said, reminder, you traded real assets for Caleb Durbin. And Brian had this great quote tweet from it, and he said, oh, didn't realize Kyle Harrison and David Hamilton, in quotation marks, were real assets. Like, Harrison would not have cracked this rotation. Hamilton is like your second or third backup. Like, everyone
really
was calling for
no
heads
role
last
if
year.
you have a lefty and Marcelo Meyer being your everyday second baseman. David Hamilton probably would have found himself in AAA again.
He probably
Kyle Harrison would have been in AAA, maybe the bullpen. Like, maybe you don't sign Danny Cockenballs, if you have Kyle Harrison. So neither of those guys would have made any difference on this team. I'm sure they'll do great in Milwaukee because they always churn guys out like that. But let's not forget, Caleb Durbin was the starting third baseman for a 97-win team last season.
Yes.
Third in Rookie of the Year voting. Earned that spot. They had other options, too. It's not just like, we have somebody to play third. He was their dude.
He was.
Yeah. And I think, it made a lot of sense for both teams to make that trade at the end of the day. But am I expecting Caleb Durbin to be our everyday third baseman for the next 5 years and make multiple All-Star games? Probably not, but he's a solid player. Let's breathe and give him a chance before, we start to go full panic mode on March 29th.
We got Ben back in the chat making a good point. Unfortunately, due to certain people's opinions, he must die.
Yeah, that's a great point, Ben.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You know what? Ben has a point. We should find our way to Caleb Durbin.
The Yakuza got ya.
What? Excuse me? Where did that come from? What a fucking pull. Where did the Yakuza ever come from?
From the shadows of the streets.
Okay. Pretty sure that's who the Foot Clan in Ninja Turtles is based off of.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's our opening show. As far as game tonight, I want to give you something a little, off the beaten path, but I think it'd be interesting and something we can kind of play with throughout the year. So I initially got the idea from an old Star Wars game. And in most Star Wars
Pod
games,
racing.
yes, if these guys were pod racers, which one would win? So in the old Star Wars games, you essentially choose if you get to be good or evil. And there are a lot of, Star Wars games
Evil.
where you can do that. Right. If you're evil, you get, Force Choke, Chain Lightning, all that good stuff. If you're good, you get like Force Heal and Force Push and blah, 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 blah. So I guess tonight, to kind of set a baseline, right? If you were to look at the most evil, the most neutral, and the most good player on this team for each category, where is your baseline for most evil, most neutral, and most good?
I think I got to start off with most evil.
Well, I mean, yeah.
And, sometimes evil is powerful. And that's a Aroldis Chapman. I mean, come on.
He does have the Force Lightning.
Yeah, he does have the Force Lightning.
He do.
He do have that red light dual lightsaber.
He do.
Yeah.
He's the Darth Maul of.
He's the Darth Maul of this team. Yeah.
Okay.
And we don't need to litigate every reason why.
I would actually say that we could even immediately move on to your next category. To either your most neutral or most good.
I think most good has to be Garrett Whitlock.
That's your most good.
Yeah,
your most holy boy.
Yeah, I think he, has this large character arc where he was a Rule 5 guy and then a starter and now has turned into an elite reliever. And he had the failure in the playoffs last year and the WBC this year. But man, is that boy nasty. And boy, is that boy just like coming in when it really matters the most, it feels like, even though I just mentioned 2 times where he didn't. and he just feels like, let's say, our evil Sith Lord, Aroldis Chapman, goes away for whatever reason. Let's say he retires after this year.
Sure.
And like Garrett Whitlock
very probable.
Yeah, very probable even. Garrett Whitlock could easily slide into that closer's role and, be that savior in the bullpen for you. So I think he is our goodest boy.
Okay. So you have a most evil and you have a most good. Who's your most neutral between evil and good of all the Red Sox players?
This just reminds me of like the neutral planet from Futurama.
Tell my wife I said
hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Most neutral on the team. I'm gonna go at least to this point of the year, since that could change a lot throughout the season. I'm gonna go the most neutral dude so far has been. Let's go Wilson Contreras.
Sure.
Yeah, since, nothing spectacular, a few hits here and there, seems to, put together good at bats. So I like him, but, we'll see.
You don't know what he is yet.
You don't know what he is.
That's a good
yet.
pick for neutral.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll revisit the scale later in the season, right?
Yeah.
To see if anyone became more good or more evil or more neutral, I guess.
Actually, I'm going to go neutral Justin Slane. Because,
okay.
I don't blame him for giving up that walk-off the other day. I think there's still a lot to prove.
Sure.
I think you always see all the good stuff plus and, a lot of swings and misses. And then he has a few blow-up outings. So I want to see consistency with Justin Slane this year.
Sure.
And I'm not blaming him for Friday night or Saturday night or whenever it may have been. But I'm a little neutral on him. I want to actually see it all come together this year.
Mm-hmm. And don't we all?
Don't we all?
Wonderful opening weekend. Obviously, you wish the scoreboards had been a bit better. You wish your ump show had been a bit cleaner to watch. And you wish the players, too, had a few less bumps and bruises coming into the season. But really exciting opening weekend. A lot to like about this team. And baseball is fucking back, baby. So we are really excited for moving forward in the 2026 season. Again, thank you. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on the Believe Network. Anything you want to say before we, delve ourselves into the 26th season?
Yeah, we're figuring out what time we might record next week, Easter Sunday.
Yep.
I'm going to the game on Monday, so we'll figure that out. We'll be back. Red Sox. But, yeah, it'll be good to have the Fenway home opener. Unfortunately, not going to be able to go, but always fun.
Yep, but we'll have eyes in the skies at the Fenway home opener.
Yeah.
Can't wait to hear all about the lobster poutine.
Oh, yeah. We'll try that and have explosive diarrhea.
I can't wait.
Yeah, okay. I love you, bye.
I love you. Okay, love you.
I
bye.
love you. The season is fucking